Have you ever noticed how danger doesn't always feel like danger at first? Sometimes it feels like luck, like a rare moment where something good finally happens to you. That afternoon, I wasn't scared. I was just a lonely man doing my grocery shopping, thinking about nothing more than what I would eat for dinner. I had no idea that in a few minutes, my normal life would turn into something violent, confusing, and unforgettable. As I stood there looking at the shelves, I suddenly heard a woman's voice next to me. She said, "Pick whatever you want. I'll cook it for you." At first, I honestly thought she was talking to someone else. That kind of thing doesn't happen to people like me. But when I turned my head, there was no one else around, just her, standing close, watching me. I felt confused, but also curious. Why would a stranger offer something like that? Did she know me somehow? Did she know I lived alone? I remember thinking this had to be a prank, so I looked around the store, expecting to see someone filming us. But there were no cameras, no laughter, just normal shoppers passing by, completely unaware that something strange was happening. Before I could even say no, she started grabbing items off the shelves and placing them into my cart. Pasta, sauce, meat, vegetables. She moved quickly, confidently, like she had already planned everything. I should have stopped her. I should have walked away. But loneliness makes you quiet. It makes you doubt your instincts and accept things you normally wouldn't. We checked out together and somehow ended up walking back to my apartment. I still don't know how it happened so fast. The entire walk, my mind kept whispering that something wasn't right. I didn't know her name. I didn't know where she came from. But another part of me ignored that voice, imagining comfort, warmth, and company. The moment she stepped inside my apartment, she rushed straight into the kitchen like she owned the place. She didn't ask. She didn't hesitate. She started cooking immediately. Pots clanged. Water boiled. I stood there watching her, feeling like I had lost control of my own space, but still unable to speak up. Soon, she placed several finished dishes on the table. It was far more food than anyone could eat. I tried to laugh it off and told her it was too much. That's when everything changed. Her smile disappeared. Her face hardened. She looked at me with cold eyes and said, "No, you're eating all of this tonight." Before I could react, she grabbed a fork, wrapped a large amount of spaghetti around it, and shoved it into my mouth. The moment it touched my tongue, pain exploded through me. It burned like fire. A harsh chemical smell filled my nose. I spit it out and screamed, my mouth and throat on fire. Without fear, she walked to the sink and picked up a can of oven cleaner. She smiled as she told me she had put it in the food because my mouth smelled like other women. That was the moment reality hit me. This woman wasn't joking. She wasn't normal. She started walking toward me again, still holding the can. I ran for the door as fast as I could. Behind me, I heard crashing sounds and her screaming threats. When I looked back, she had put on gloves, a mask, and was holding a knife. I ran into the street, calling 911, my chest burning. When the sirens arrived, I collapsed into the ambulance. She was arrested later. Police told me I looked exactly like her ex-boyfriend. Even now, I still wonder how close I came to dying that night. This next story didn't happen to me, but it was told to me by my math teacher years later. Even as an adult, he said it still haunted him. It happened when he was just a child, sick at home, alone, believing his house was the safest place in the world. He was in 5th grade and homesick with mono. His parents worked during the day, so he spent long afternoons alone. That day, he was lying on the couch watching his favorite game show, feeling bored but safe, until the doorbell suddenly rang. Back then, you couldn't pause live TV, so he rushed to the door. He peeked through the small window and saw a man in his late 30s staring directly back at him. The eye contact was immediate and uncomfortable, making his stomach tighten with fear. The boy opened the door just a few inches and asked what the man wanted. The man calmly said he needed a pen and paper. Wanting to get back to his show and not thinking clearly, the boy ran to the kitchen and grabbed them. As the boy tried to close the door, the man shoved his foot inside and asked if he could come in to write a letter. The boy was small, sick, and innocent. He didn't understand the danger, so he stepped back and let the man inside. The man sat at the dining table, writing and crumpling letters one after another. The sound of paper tearing filled the quiet house. Finally, he kept one letter, thanked the boy, and left. The boy locked the door and threw the extra papers in the trash. A short time later, the phone rang. It was the boy's father checking on him. As they talked, the doorbell rang again, loud enough for his father to hear through the phone. His father told him to answer it. When he opened the door, it was the same man. He said he wanted the letters back. The boy ran to the trash, grabbed them, and turned around, only to find the man standing right behind him. He had followed him inside. The man sat back at the table with the letters. The boy walked toward the phone, but the line suddenly went dead. He looked up and saw the man leaning on the phone, pressing the button down, staring at him without blinking. Unknown to the boy, his father could still hear everything. When his father said he was calling the police, the man ran out of the house. The boy locked himself in his parents' room and waited with a rifle until his dad came home. Years later, he said the house was so isolated that if his father hadn't called, no one would have heard him scream. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you on next videos. Till then, goodbye.